Hello everyone, my name is Rishikesh Nare. We welcome you to our special series, The Economic Times Cutting Chai Stories, an initiative by ETH. The key to cutting chai conversation is to have good discussion around the areas of your early life, education to grooming, training, business, skill augmentation to work-life balance. Before we begin, let me set the context right. The Economic Times Cutting Chai is a series of candid conversation where we take you through the inspirational journeys of influential people. You all have seen these personalities in the corporate world, but we are taking them away from that boardroom drama for some time to have some candid conversations and get some very interesting insights. So today we have with us Mr. Aman Kishore, who's the MD of One Infra. We have Mr. Rohit Midha with us, who's the Director of Service Sales, Lenovo India. So,
Uh,
just this one typical question for all you guys who understands technology in a better sense rather than what we understand from the layman's perspective. So, your thoughts on this particular question, Mr. Midha, and then you can carry on discussion with Mr. Kishore.
so I think I think clearly the pandemic hit us by surprise in terms of the magnitude and in terms of the intensity, and did catch us unaware. I think one of the first challenges that we faced was uh, continuity of business despite not being in office. Now, when I say continuity in business, it's not just about sales, but it's also about our commitment to our customers, our contact centers, our engineers on field, so on and so forth. And that's one of the first things that we really worked around, and we moved all our contact center agents to be able we enabled them to take calls from their houses, and we did it so successfully that very soon we actually opened up our contact center even for competition customers, because we realized that competition had not been able to keep pace with the kind of things that we had done, and with the intent that we should be able to help customers irrespective of the brand they use during these times. We actually opened up our contact centers there. I think it's clear now that this is going to be a new way of working. This is going to be a new way of learning. The hybrid model is something which many education institutes are already in the phase of implementation. Similarly, when it comes to work life, many organizations are looking at, some even are looking at permanently allowing employees to work from home. And clearly that brings up the need for organizations. And when I say organization now, I mean maybe even institutes, to look at a partnership model, which not just looks at the transactional nature of the issues that they've been facing, but also look at it holistically in a solution approach. And just to kind of dwell on that point a little more, uh, a lot of education institutes actually incorporated education through some form of video conferencing, with the student on the other side having a phone or a tablet or a laptop. But they really had to struggle integrating the entire technology in the learning and education process. They managed to get attendance, but they failed to get attention. So they really could not find a way to kind of check whether the student on the other side was really paying attention or was he distracted. Similarly, when it comes to corporate work, with employees working from many different locations, uh, organizations are trying to overcome threats of security, are trying to overcome threats of cyber attack. And that's where Lenovo plans to be. We plan to be a solution partner to our customers, a trusted partner who can solve customer problems and enable customers in their digital transformation and intelligent transformation. I hope I gave you a perspective, Rishi.
So I think, of course, the realization about the importance of digital technology has got enhanced manifold subsequent to the pandemic, and this is something which we were anyways being part of and trying to build and trying to promote through our digital solutions in the space of digital fare collection or digital traffic management or digital security and digital mobility. And this is what, as a company, these kind of solutions that we deploy. So, first thing was on the tracking of the tolls. So paying of the tolls. So during the pandemic, it was difficult to get to the toll plazas and have people on the ground. So the FASTag program, which is electronic program to pay your tolls as you move, that became more and more relevant. And now the government is pushing to have this at 100% implementation. So that was a very important aspect that came out. And similarly, smart cities was a concept being floated since last 5 years, but really exactly how to make it smart, how to integrate different aspects of a city, that all the importance was all realized during this pandemic, where people could not move physically, but they could get the data digitally. And that is where, in terms of having central control and command centers, not to just put servers and put hardware and put equipment there, but to get meaningful data in terms of how we could reach out, how we could get the information, how we could do analytics, and subsequently, address different aspects based on the whole digital thing. So that is where, I guess, going ahead, I see the importance and the focus from the government will be towards more and more digital solutions towards the entire infrastructure development. Like physical infrastructure is being built all across, be it your highways or airports or ports. It started with telecom, but now the digital, is time for the digital infra and digital in the tech space to help the country. And as Mr. Rohit said, we got aware, but with that realization, I guess as we move ahead, we'll be much better prepared if in case any such kind of situation, if so occurs, with the digital infra that is being put in place.